Dylan Dreyer, a meteorologist for the Today Show, plays golf all year round. Like a renowned chef being asked for a restaurant advice or a professional race car driver being told to parallel park, certain vocations come with specific expectations of ability. It's the same thing if your favorite hobby is being outside and your day job is forecasting the weather. This is the situation with NBC's Dylan Dreyer, a devoted golfer who is, unsurprisingly, a go-to source for friends interested in the forecast. But just because Dreyer is on your golf course doesn't mean you're safe. There's pressure as a meteorologist who plays golf, says Dreyer, a weather correspondent on Today and an anchor on Third Hour of Today. I recall a day when a buddy of mine who is a meteorologist and traveled from Boston and I was washed out at Bethpage Black. "What the hell is up with you people?" my husband asks as he turns to face us. Imagine something like, I'm playing golf with two meteorologists, and we're standing under a tree in the pouring rain. In other words, this mother of three still has her tangles with Mother Nature. Although she didn't actually control the weather, she did offer an advice that is much more helpful to other golfers than any restaurant recommendation. Dreyer claims that Radar Scope is perhaps my most used app. When we're out there and it doesn't look great, the radar is without a doubt my closest friend. So, this three-time mother still has her issues with Mother Nature. Even though she couldn't actually change the weather, she did give advice that other golfers would find much more valuable than a restaurant recommendation. Radar Scope is probably my most utilized program, says Dreyer. The radar is without a doubt my dearest companion when we are out in bad weather. Dreyer, on the other hand, has more naturally adapted to being on television. Well, aside from the early wake-up calls, if you count Grandma Doris Milk's record-breaking run as a contestant on The Price is Right in 1963, winning prize is worth more than $500,000 in today's dollars after accounting for inflation. It's actually something that runs in the family. Even though Dreyer's on-screen persona doesn't exactly match her on-course one, she has nonetheless become a morning staple in homes despite not being compensated in vehicles and vacations. I can talk myself out of anything when I do TV. I can correct myself if I start reading or thinking about a question and it starts coming out of my mouth incorrectly, claims Dreyer. In golf, it's harder for me to bounce back because you just get upset, the player said. I'm the smiling girl on TV. You don't want people to see you becoming angry. Yet, my true desire is to bash my club into the ground. Dreyer has contributed to NBC's sports programming in addition to her work on Today, including the Open Championship and the Augusta National Women's Amateur. Dreyer enjoys covering the men's pro tour more than she does her job at the Masters venue, though. There are so many women out there whose husbands are watching golf, and I want to show other ladies why it's fun to watch, too, Dreyer adds. Here's who you should follow. Here are the underdogs and the most compelling narratives to support. In this manner, you can at least watch and be informed when you speak. In recent years, Dreyer's husband, an NBC nightly news cameraman, has seen his wife enjoy some fun golf-related activities. Don't forget I introduced you to it, he says. Dreyer says, and, of course, she hasn't. Brian is still her favorite companion. We're kind of ships passing, says Dreyer, who resides in Manhattan with Fishera and their 3 children. I'm sure a lot of spouses look at it as a means to kind of escape the house for a little time, he adds. We get to do it together because I work in the mornings and he works at night. We spend the next 4 or 5 hours outside, drinking beer and catching up. We have now begun to schedule our holidays around what feels like our active activities. Yet Dreyer wants to reserve a certain week in July for a different kind of journey. The previous 3 years, she has participated in the American Century Championship, sometimes known as the Super Bowl of celebrity golf, at Lake Tahoe. Although it's a wonderful occasion for Dreyer, the location is scary for a 25 handicapper. There are many individuals out there, and it's difficult to stay up with the professional athletes who are so amazing at everything they do. I hit someone my first year playing, admits Dreyer, who attributes her improvement in nerve control to a playing interview with Justin Thomas conducted prior to the 2018 Ryder Cup. While everyone is more supportive when you are pregnant, I really felt more pressure this past year when I wasn't pregnant. What a way to be out here. But the previous year, I was merely a regular, so I received no pity. Having a standard bearer by your side who displays your score is ineffective. In reference to a well-known Game of Thrones scene, Dreyer adds, that leaderboard follows you around like, shame, shame, disgrace. Things continued to mount up until Doug Flutie asks the man one year, can you stop? She is aware of her performance. Dreyer was unaware of a TV scene involving her profession that comes from an episode of Curb Your Enthusiasm. In it, Larry David confronts a local weatherman while playing golf and claims that he intentionally issues inaccurate forecasts in order to reduce course traffic. That's a brilliant idea, Dreyer comments.